Hello everyone and welcome to this week's and this Monday's Bitcoin USD breakdown, where we are looking at Bitcoin USD on the 1 hour chart. So whilst you stick around, well, last week I think we made like 8%, somewhere around there. I'm sitting like 42% for a month and a half. We are at a month and 3 weeks now. So we are the best part of 2 months in, and we're roughly sitting on 42%. So what can we make this week? Well, let's look at what happened. So obviously on this Friday, we had a massive move, right? The whole day, Friday, it was coming up here roughly when I recorded it, and it's come back down. Now, what did I say over the Saturday and Sunday? And this is why we don't record over that time. It is going to do what? Accumulate. After every big move, as I always say, I'm not going to go over it, accumulates. It accumulated again. So, you know, every time I say it, it happens. It's always going to accumulate. It's always going to do that stuff. Now, it is Monday. There's not a lot of volatility in the market, so we're not looking for massive moves today. Now, obviously, right here, it's pumping up and it's pumping down. But I don't really think it's going to do that much. Now, do we think it's actually going to continue to go up? I mean, it's a massive move up, but let's not forget, if I actually put my indicators on, pivot point standard, and we also have the EMA, that it surged really far down as well. We've gone so far down and it came up, massive liquidity run, and then we've just come back down over here, and now we're bouncing around this one. I reckon we're just going to do something very similar. We have a lot of imbalance around this area here, right? A lot of imbalance around this area. Let's have a look at the Fibonacci sequence as well. So this pivot line is basically in the 6.81.71. So all of this area looks great to come into it. We, and I particularly, when I've been teaching you guys about this, 0.71, 0.618, love to hop in on it. If it hits at 0.786, that's going to be amazing. So what I'm actually expecting is, if I can get rid of this, it to come up somewhere roughly around to this area here, this 0.786, because we do know it has a tendency, just like it did here, to really wick through. So I reckon it'll come up, really wick through. If you wanted to do something like this, hop in for a short position, maybe even roughly in between this, put it just above that 8.86 line, give it a bit of room, and then have it come all the way back down here. That's a big trade. Remember, that's 4%. That's not usually what I go for. I always aim for a 2, which would be here, and a 3, which in the case of it actually going and being more bullish would still allow for a higher low. If it did something like this, for example, where we believe it'll come up here, comes down to here, comes up, that is very valid for a big bullish run. So we're looking at that right now, okay? Looking at that right now. This line here I think is quite strong as well, but let's see what we can have a look at on the 4 hours here. Let's just remove all my drawings for a second. So in the 4 hour, what does it look like? It actually looks way more bullish. We have a higher low, but we also have, and this is really annoying me, how long have we been waiting to break below this? It keeps coming down to this level, and it keeps touching it, for whatever reason, there are just insanely strong levels around these two areas in particular. We can see 3 areas, 1, 2, 3 again, because this candlestick is basically closing on this line, wicking through it, just like these ones, searches for this area, and we're just not breaking through. We're just not breaking through. Basically, what we are stuck in here, guys, if we go into a daily time frame, is accumulation. We are stuck in an accumulation range that has been happening for maybe even a week now. Not so much on the week, but definitely on that daily, we can see we have been accumulating. It's still bearish for sure. We've come up, we've made maybe a lesser high, a lower high, something like this, came up, touched the 0.5 level perfectly, and look, we've rejected off it. So I would say it's going to continue to come down somewhere below here. That is honestly what I'm expecting. I hope sometime soon it happens, guys. We've been playing around and just messing around for so long, but On the 4 hour, although the daily looks like that, the 4 hour still looks very bearish, doesn't it? It still looks very bearish. We get the fib out, the fib retracement tool. High to all the way at the low, which is really going to skew this, which is going to be really annoying. 0.71, which we love, nearly hits that 0.786. So we've come in, taken all of this liquidity out, all of this imbalance out, and now we're just falling. And I reckon it's just going to continue to, well, maybe it comes up to here, as we said, but still, I reckon a good level to hit if you guys were in this would be somewhere around this level here. Hopefully it comes up and you could do something again like we discussed previously, something like that. That would be awesome. Again, 4 hours not my forte, but if we go remove all my drawings again and see what's happening on the half now, it's the exact same as the hour. Just really accumulating here. Yes, it breaks through, but honestly, this could have as much validity as not going up any further. Again, if we draw it out, .382 hasn't really touched that 0.5, which is really annoying, and that's not something that's close. So at this point in time, I'm going to go away from saying it's going to continue to fall down. Doesn't look that bullish. In fact, it looks a little bit bearish. It's touching here, rejecting off this one. If in the next couple of hours it rejects off this, yes, I would say continue to hop in and find an out. Because right here, we can see that the 0.5 is nearly being touched. We have this area right here. This would be an amazing trade to hop in on. Do something like this. That would be amazing. Something along those lines. That's what I am going to be looking for on the 15-minute chart anyway. But we're going to have to wait really until the rest of the week starts spanning out, because there's just not a lot to go on here. It is Monday. Remember, we see the biggest moves on a Wednesday and a Thursday, guys. So that's when we're going to get more active. Of course, I will be around tomorrow and we can talk about it more then. But until then, guys, I hope you've learned a lot. Get ready for the setups. They're definitely coming. We are preparing for a massive week. So until then, guys, stay safe and have a great day.